Sophie Cunningham is always making the news. But this time, it's not just her on-court brilliance shining through. The Indiana Fever sharpshooter has fans talking after a jaw-dropping moment during practice where her energy and determination took the better part of her amid injury concerns. Cunningham's bold declaration of "Put me in, coach," has sparked a frenzy among fans, fueling speculation about whether she'll make it for the Fever's season opener.
Put me on the sideline and talk. That's about all. I'm ready to play. Sit out over there and just talk.
But is Sophie truly ready to lace up against the Chicago Sky? Or is this just another instance of an athlete's unquenchable spirit getting ahead of their body? As the controversy swirls, we're breaking it down piece by piece, the stakes and what this could mean for the Fever's 2025 campaign. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on all the latest Fever news. Sophie Cunningham's injury during the May 10th preseason game against the Atlanta Dream left Fever fans in a state of shock. One wrong move, one misstep, and suddenly the team's key player was on the ground, holding tightly onto her ankle. It was the kind of moment that makes you wince, especially when it's someone as important as Cunningham. As medics rushed to help her, the tension could be seen everywhere. Was this just a sprain or something more sinister? Fast forward to May 13th, and head coach Stephanie White gave a speech to the media, giving a calculated update on Cunningham's status. "It's going to be a day-to-day thing," White said, emphasizing caution while balancing the team's need for their shooting star. For Fever fans, the uncertainty is agonizing. Cunningham's presence on the court doesn't just mean scoring. It means leadership, energy, and a fighting spirit that lifts the entire team. However, even as White remained cautious, Cunningham had a message of her own, and it was loud and clear. During practice, in a moment that has since gone viral, Sophie Cunningham belted out, "Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today," while drilling corner threes like it was nothing. Was this just Sophie being Sophie, or a sign that she's pushing to defy the odds? The video of Cunningham singing "Put me in, coach" immediately sparked debate among fans and analysts alike. Was this pure optimism or a reckless push to get back on the court too soon? After all, the stakes couldn't be higher. Starting the season with a hobbled Sophie Cunningham could spell disaster for the Fever's playoff hopes. White, always the pragmatist, didn't mince words. "We're making the best long-term decisions when it comes to her health and wellness," she stated, noting that while Cunningham's energy is irreplaceable, the focus must remain on her full recovery. But then, just when you thought White's cautious words would cool the hype, Sophie's actions spoke louder, hitting 3 straight three-pointers from the corner as if to say, "Don't count me out just yet." Fans have been split. Some argue that Sophie's determination to play is admirable and exactly the type of attitude that wins championships. Others, however, worry that her passion might cloud her judgment, risking a more serious injury. One thing's for sure, when Sophie Cunningham says she's ready, it's impossible not to believe her. Social media exploded after the clip surfaced. Some praised Sophie's fierce spirit, hailing her as the embodiment of a warrior's mentality. One fan tweeted, "If Sophie says she's ready, I'm betting on her. She's got that fire." Another, more cautious fan responded, "We can't afford to lose her for the season. Take it easy, Soph." The Fever's training staff seems to be caught between two opposing forces: Sophie's insistence that she's game ready and the medical reality that ankle injuries can be tricky. According to White, the last 48 hours have been promising, but that doesn't necessarily translate to game fitness. "We'll see how it goes," she concluded, trying to navigate the fine line between caution and competitiveness. Meanwhile, Cunningham's actions only add to the mystery. Her celebratory energy after hitting shots, paired with playful banter during interviews, suggests a player not just physically fit, but mentally raring to go. Yet, seasoned fans know that adrenaline can mask pain, and pushing too hard too soon could turn a minor injury into a season ender. Just when it seemed the Cunningham saga couldn't get more dramatic, she took it up a notch. During a Fever practice session, the team held a half-court shot competition. And guess who stole the show? Sophie Cunningham drained a half-court shot like it was a free throw, and as the ball swished through the net, she couldn't help but declare, "I told you guys I'm ready to play." This wasn't just a flashy moment. It was a statement, a defiant reminder that Sophie isn't just some ordinary player. She's a competitor who thrives on the big stage. Fans watching the clip couldn't help but cheer, while critics saw it as another example of her pushing too hard, too fast. After all, hitting a half-court shot is thrilling. But does it prove she's ready to handle the grind of a 44-game season? Her head coach, Stephanie White, trying to strike a balance between hope and caution, noted, "The last 48 hours have been really good, but we need to make the best decisions for her health." The Fever's medical team will decide on her game status at the last minute, but Cunningham's body language and confidence are sending a clear message. She's ready, whether they believe it or not. As the Fever's biggest star, Caitlin Clark's opinion carries weight, and she didn't hesitate to share her thoughts on Sophie Cunningham's situation. After watching Sophie sink that half-court shot, Clark reportedly told the media, "I think her ankle is fine." Simple, direct, and exactly the kind of confidence you'd expect from a player of Clark's caliber. But was Clark's statement a show of support, or was it a subtle push for the Fever's coaching staff to let Sophie play? After all, the Fever have been building around Clark as their franchise cornerstone, and having Cunningham alongside her only strengthens their chances. The chemistry between these two stars could be electric, but it all hinges on Cunningham's health. Fans immediately pounced on Clark's comment, some interpreting it as a public endorsement of Sophie's readiness, while others saw it as reckless. "She's not the team doctor," one skeptical fan posted, while another shot back, "Clark knows what she's seeing, and she knows Sophie is ready." In a team sport, even off-the-court opinions can become part of the drama. Sophie Cunningham isn't just another player. Since her WNBA debut, she's built a reputation as a tough, fearless competitor. In Phoenix, she was known as a spark plug, a player who could turn the tide with her energy and scoring. Now, with the Fever, she's expected to be a game changer, not just for her shooting, but for her leadership and swagger. But this injury threatens to derail that narrative before it even begins. If she's rushed back and suffers a setback, it could cost the Fever not just a star player, but their chemistry and momentum. And for Sophie, it's not just about this season, it's about her career. A lingering ankle issue could haunt her far beyond 2025. Fans are already debating whether the Fever are risking too much by even considering her for the opener. "Protect Sophie at all costs," one comment reads, while another claims, "Champions take risks, let her play." But with a roster filled with young talent like Caitlin Clark and Lexi Hull, the Fever have to decide, is short-term gain worth long-term pain? Head coach Stephanie White is stuck in a nearly impossible situation. As the leader of this Fever squad, she must balance the competitive desire to start her best players with the responsibility of protecting their health. For a coach trying to build a winning culture, this is a nightmare scenario. A star player desperate to play, a fan base demanding her presence, and medical advice urging caution. White has tried to stay neutral, emphasizing that it's a day-to-day situation, but her frustration is evident. When Sophie interrupted one of her press briefings with that unforgettable, "Put me in, coach," it was clear that this isn't just about a player's health, it's about a clash of perspectives. Sophie's all-in attitude versus the staff's careful approach, but White knows the stakes. If she plays Sophie and the injury worsens, the criticism will be fierce. If she keeps Sophie out and the Fever lose, fans will question her judgment. It's a classic lose-lose scenario. Unless, of course, Cunningham steps onto the court, lights it up, and the Fever win. Beyond the spotlight on Sophie Cunningham, there's another story playing out, how the rest of the Indiana Fever are reacting. For the younger players, including Caitlin Clark and Lexi Hull, watching Cunningham's saga unfold is a lesson in resilience and risk. Some have publicly supported Sophie, sharing in her excitement, while others have remained cautious. And this isn't just a personal battle for Sophie. If she plays and performs well, it could be the emotional boost the Fever need to kick off their season with momentum. But if she struggles or aggravates the injury, it could cast a shadow over the entire team, affecting morale and strategy. Stephanie White has already acknowledged that Sophie's energy is irreplaceable, calling her a big bright light for the team. But as the Fever prepare for the opener, That light could either spark a blazing victory or cast a long shadow of regret. As game day approaches, all eyes are on Sophie Cunningham. Will she play? Will she sit? Or will she surprise everyone with a performance that cements her status as a fan favorite? Even without confirmation, the buzz is undeniable. For Sophie, this is more than just an injury. It's a test of her resilience, her passion, and her place in the Fever's future. Her playful defiance in practice, singing "Put me in, coach," might just be the spark the Fever need, or it could be the gamble that costs them. But whatever happens, one thing is clear. Sophie Cunningham is a star who won't be ignored. And whether she's lighting up the scoreboard or cheering from the sidelines, she's already a legend in the making. Sophie Cunningham's injury drama has become more than just a preseason storyline. It's a symbol of the Indiana Fever's struggle between caution and ambition. With the season opener just hours away, Fever fans are holding their breath. Will they see their fearless sharpshooter take the court, or will caution win out? Either way, one thing is certain. Sophie Cunningham has already captured the spotlight, but now it's time to see if she can capture victory. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates on the Fever, Sophie Cunningham, and all the WNBA drama you can't miss.